is going to take his driving exam tomorrow. And so what we've done is we've set up, for you old timers out there, we've set up the Brady Bunch Driving Challenge, complete with a finish with the egg test. Yes? How are you feeling about this?
I feel good, man. I'm not gonna lie.
You think you can pull it off?
Yeah.
Big Blue Nation, welcome back to another episode of the Bluegrass Breakdown. It's been a while. It's been almost
2 weeks.
Almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Today's the 14-day mark. How was Georgia, my man?
Georgia's cool.
Georgia's
can walk right up to the side of Sanford Stadium, which I think is kind of crazy because, Kroger Field, you can walk up right to it. But Sanford Stadium, you can, the street goes right by, the second level. So you can get onto the road, take 2 steps, and you're basically sitting, in the second level of the stadium, which is pretty cool.
How do they get people to, not sit there and stuff?
I think they close it off on game days, which would make sense. But either way, it was cool. I definitely, our 68,000 seats definitely felt tiny, but it's fine.
So how did it feel up there? Because obviously you step on UK's campus and you feel the history and now the motivation. Do you feel that at Georgia, or how's that?
Man, so the way that it kind of feels when you're walking around the Georgia campus is everybody there kind of knows that they're like that. You know what I mean? It's
Georgia.
I went to a comedy show and somehow it came up that I was, from Kentucky, and they were dogging on me, man. They were like, "What are you doing here? Oh, national championship, we're going for them bad layers." I'm like, all right,
dude.
Chill out there, man.
Well, I think the last time I saw you, we were at Media Day together.
Yep.
It was our first one.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that whole experience? I mean, we got to hear from, we had Mitch Barnhart talk, we had Bush Hamden and Brad White talk, and then
obviously we had Stoops 3-4 days before that talk. We got everybody.
It was a cool little introduction to the season.
For sure.
I would like seeing all the guys very vulnerable, all of them goofing off, being kind of, being who they are off the field.
It felt like they had good chemistry too, just between, we had the grip strength tester, and they were doing little friendly competitions with each other, which seemed, it's healthy to have those types of competitions and not hate each other in camp, so it's, I think it's good.
Kendrick won, right?
Yeah, 214 pounds of pressure pulling on that thing, and then switched to the other hand and got the same exact thing.
See, I'm not going to say anything, but I did it, and I got 125. And
I think I got 151.
See, I need a redo.
You need a redo?
Because I'm not that weak.
I don't remember. I think Jagger Burton came over and got like 126. And I was like,
bro,
it took everything in me to not say nothing. They were like, "Who's winning right now?" And I was like, "Jagger, to be honest with you, man, I am."
Wow.
He was like, "What?" But no, that was a great time. Definitely got me more excited for the season. And I do want to touch on, because I think we got a lot of good information in Mitch Barnhart's presser. Most notably to me was the revenue sharing conversation that he had for a little bit, and how he said, he was talking about, how him and Pope and Stoops all know the figures that they have, that they're, dispersing between the two programs, but they're going to keep that to themselves. And they don't really want Kentucky media to know where that revenue sharing's going. So I don't know if you got any feelings on that, but I thought that was interesting.
I don't see the big deal in not making it public when we all kind of have our assumption about it. I think if you gave me that $33 million and he said these are the sports it goes to, I could probably get a pretty good idea,
how that 33 is divvied up.
10 goes to basketball, 10 goes to football, maybe something like that.
Like 5 baseball, you know what I mean? Spreading it out.
I think they're worried that maybe people would comment on it, or there'd be some rights issues if they did put it out. But I don't know if any other colleges make that public information or not.
I'm not sure.
But
not sure.
It's whatever.
Say, though, Stoops, when he had his press conference a few days earlier, said that he felt like for the first time he was on an even playing ground as the rest of the SEC when it comes to revenue sharing. So maybe that alludes a little bit to football being on an equal playing ground as compared to last year.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like validation to that comment.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, because if you really think about it, when you dumbed out and you look at every single football program, shouldn't that mean that every single one has, like, obviously on the field performances matter, but like, shouldn't everything look equal?
Yeah.
From an outside point of view, I don't know.
I agree.
But I think a little money talk, but like,
yeah.
I think over the course, especially with that new JMI deal and with this, the money every single year is just going to trickle up very slowly. I think he
slowly,
said
but it's probably like a couple million, you know?
Well,
like
he said
year.
like 1% increase, so if you really think about
actually,
it.
it is pretty slow.
Yeah, so it's like every single year there's going to be more money to throw around. There's going to be more money to spend. There's going to be more money to give players. Maybe a whole team gets some trucks, like whoever that one college football team.
I don't remember.
I think it's
who
Texas
it
Tech or something like that.
Something like that.
Everything's big in Texas. But
yeah, man.
It's whatever.
So we're 2.5 weeks out from game one. First Toledo. And the starting quarterback situation is, I mean, it seems like they know who they're putting out there, and we all feel like we know who they're putting out there. But we're still hearing a little Cutter Boley talk.
Yeah.
Here and there through camps.
I think it's just implanted on purpose. I think it's like purposeful media plants.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I think Calzada's sharpening Cutter, which makes me adamant for what comes in the future. Because when I think long term, I'm thinking, okay, you have a guy who's played in college football for 7 years, and then you're going to have Cutter Boley learning everything from him.
Yeah, that's a guy who's played for 3 SEC schools, been all over the place, been FBS, FCS. He knows everything.
Yeah, and then you have a guy like Cutter just absolutely garnishing every little fact about football from him, off and off the field. And then you're going to have Matt Ponatowski come in as a freshman. Yeah. I'm thinking Cutter instantly starts.
Yeah, I do think Cutter will be the starter next year.
Just makes Matt better. So it's almost like they're doing this on purpose, maybe, just so everyone benefits from it. And then maybe 2026, you're not even having to look in the portal for a quarterback or having
you're so confident. You're like, all right, well, we got Cutter for 2 years. Right. You know, we can have Matt come in and roll us through a few years after that. So I do think they feel comfortable right now.
The biggest thing that I think is like Stoops can't not start Calzada. Yeah. Because think of all the convincing it takes to bring him to Kentucky.
I think it would be disrespectful to Calzada, but also because he was a guy who wasn't even sure if he was going to play football again this year.
Very true.
And so if you're Stoops and you're trying to convince this guy to come be your starting quarterback, and then maybe after 2 weeks you're like, he's all right.
Sorry, we'll start the Kentucky boy.
Yeah, like I think that would be really disrespectful.
And I also think if Calzada sucks,
which
bluntly,
is very possible.
If he does,
it is possible.
Then it opens a good door for Cutter. But if you start Cutter and he's not up to par, and you start getting people to turn against him, and then Zach comes in and they're like, all right, well, at least this guy's played 7 years. At least he knows what he's doing. And then he's bad. You know, I think it would be better if Calzada took the brunt first as the guy with all that experience compared to Cutter. So it all kind of just, you know, you can't say much. I'm glad to hear that Cutter's competing with him. Yeah. I'm glad to know that it's night and day. Yeah. Calzada's exact words from 2 weeks ago. That's great to hear.
Really great to hear.
I think he looked great in live practice. I watched him. Yeah. He threw great balls, but I just think it's a big mentor part more than it is like guys competing. Yeah. I think it's literally just like Cutter showing he can hang with the big dogs now, and then come down the road it'll actually benefit instead, you know, like last year. I think him
I was going to
coming out
say
of
it's
that
a little
Louisville
similar to
game.
last year because obviously you had a quarterback who was a horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
But again, like
nothing you can say.
I think he can learn a whole lot more from Zach.
Absolutely, compared to Brock Vandergriff. But I
Lord
mean,
of mercy.
you had 3 quarterbacks getting minutes last year, so
Yeah.
it's hard. When you go from 3 QBs taking snaps and is Gavin Wimsatt still on the squad? Did he transfer?
No, he's gone.
He gone? Where'd he go?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just
I
thought
think
about
he
that
may
for the
have
first time probably since
graduated.
last year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think he may have graduated or something.
Yeah, but I mean, he was taking a lot of snaps
runner.
last year. Yeah, I mean, but they weren't letting him pass. He was just running wildcat.
I think he threw 1 pass or 2
It was
that
probably
I can like
completion.
pick out of my brain.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Anyways.
All right, so we got to congratulate Ansley Almonor.
Absolutely.
Bro signed with the Vilnius Vikings in Finland.
The top league in Finland.
Okay.
It was a heck of a summer for him.
Let's go,
I mean,
man.
he had that TBT run.
Right.
Got off TBT. Probably got him a little bit of extra momentum towards signing this contract. But I think that's awesome. I think it's great because a lot of people, once he graduated and had his last season with Kentucky, people were like, all right, well, this guy's definitely not going to the league.
Right.
But he's got the ability to go elsewhere. And here we are, seeing him get that spot.
Not much more you can say. Happy for him.
Absolutely.
When we get some clips
Yeah.
of him absolutely averaging 30 and he's ready to go to the league next year.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
we'll
I'm
see.
just kidding, but-
Hey, you never know.
Hey,
dude.
you never know, I
You
guess.
never know.
but
He could have a heck of a season.
Happy for Ainsley. He's a good – for him to have one sole season in Lexington and be as adamant of a member of Big Blue Nation and just, like, always involved with something, always saying good things about Kentucky. Yeah. He's a true member, even though his time was short. And I think it resonates with the fans. I know when we posted that, it was just a random – I think it was maybe Friday or Saturday that it happened.
Sometime over the weekend for sure.
I know I was on vacation and can't remember. But it was just so random and out of the blue, and people were like, oh, my gosh, woo, congrats. Yeah. And it's like, honestly, if anyone else signed there, they would be like, okay, cool.
So I do have a fun little tidbit for you.
Just because it's Ainsley.
They have signed 2 other SEC players from last season.
I did not see this.
Claudell Harris Jr. from Mississippi State.
Okay.
And Zarik Onyema from Texas.
So they're
both
who
played
SEC
against Almonor
squad
last year. So yeah, they're building a little squad there.
Okay. Little tidbit. We'll keep it rolling. We got a funny video of Mark Pope and the team at Kroger Field.
God, that was cracking me up, dude.
Teaching JQ how to drive, a little Brady Bunch style.
Yeah.
I have no idea if he passed his test or how he did, but I'm sure he did just fine.
He was taking it that weekend, right?
It was the next day.
It was the next day? Man, let's see. I'm going to do a little Google search, see if he got it.
There's no way. I mean, it's public, but anyway,
it's not.
We got to throw that out there. It's a funny little video.
We'll pop
in
that
case
video
you
up.
missed it.
Is going to take his driving exam tomorrow. And so what we've done is we've set up, for you old timers out there, we've set up the Brady Bunch driving challenge, complete with a finish with the egg test. Yes?
Where's
the egg test?
So you got 2 egg tests. You got a 3-point turn that you got to back into the egg on that cup.
Woohoo!
And then you got at spot 41. He's got to pull as close as he can to the egg.
How you feeling about this?
I feel good, man. I'm not gonna lie.
You think you can pull it off?
Yeah.
I do have a good little talk of the future for men's basketball. Jamie Shaw, who works for Rivals, he predicted that Kentucky would be in the mix as high as top 3 for all of these guys. Tyrann Stokes, obviously number 1 player in the class, 5-star shooting guard Caleb Holt, 5-star guard Jordan Smith, and then obviously top 5 point guard Taylon Kinney. So
holy moly, man.
You got 4 5-stars in next year's class.
And I think you're guaranteed one of them.
Top 3.
In either, Taylor or Tyrann Stokes, you know what I mean? It's like you're probably going to get one of those 2.
Right.
And then you get a chance to get some of the other guys. I still think that they're going to lose guys in the same reason they lost to Caden Lewis, where they're going to have too much talent and guys are going to decommit. But I hope that doesn't happen. I really hope it doesn't.
Yeah, we saw it a little bit this year with a Caden. And I mean, like, obviously it sucks, but when you look back, I say, like, great decision.
Yeah.
I know nobody wants to see you. I forget where he even ended up.
I don't remember. I
Is
don't
it
remember.
Duke? Nate Ament went to Tennessee, and
Tennessee.
then he went to Duke.
Yeah. No. Did he go to Duke? I think he also went to Tennessee.
No. Are we being stupid?
I think we're being stupid.
Are we being stupid right now? Villanova?
Villanova? I never noticed that.
Okay.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude. I guess.
Have fun.
Have fun.
In the Big
Villanova.
East.
Anyways.
Yeah,
Off
sorry.
of a Caden. It happened, right?
Yeah.
And I think very good decision on his part, even though, you know, he probably would have thrived at Kentucky. I think after that, they brought in Hawthorne, and that was just another guy to the puzzle piece.
Yeah.
I think I want to say Reese Potter was after him as well.
Reese Potter was the last edition,
Yeah.
I think. Maybe
So-
him and Andrea.
Yeah, so it's like, no, Andrea was kind of early.
was kinda early.
It was during baseball season.
Yeah, you're right.
But anyway, I mean, like, I think if Caden made that right decision, you can't clutter the roster too much. I think it's already too cluttered, but Mark Pope's going to have to do that with his own self. Again, you know, you bring in attention. I think bringing in the attention is almost more important than actually getting these guys because, like you said, I think you're guaranteed one or two of them.
Yeah.
And the future of this program matters more than anything. I think it's very important for Pope to solidify himself as like a recruiting demon, like
Especially because
Cal was.
Talon and Tyron are like between Kentucky and Louisville. Like I think if they weren't at that point where it was like, all right, these two guys are either gonna pick Pope or they're gonna pick the school's biggest rival.
Right.
So if I'm Pope, I'm like, I'm doing everything in my power to at least get one of these guys on the roster for next season.
So we did learn that Kentucky men's basketball will be tipping off the 2025-26 regular season with the BBN United Tipoff Classic. They will no longer be starting the season with Louisville. I was kind of bummed about that.
I think fans kind of expected it.
Really?
You know, I think guys were.
I don't think so.
I will say, like, when it was
I
released
think-
that game was happening, people were like, yes, Louisville game one. But at the same time, everyone was like, we always play Louisville later in the year. Why are they playing so early? So
That is true.
So I think it makes sense
Right.
that these games were scheduled. But it would have been awesome to have Louisville first.
Yeah, this whole classic will be in Rupp Arena, obviously. You got Nicholls State, Valparaiso.
Valparaiso is, I've
And then-
never heard of that ever in my life.
and then-
Valparaiso University in Indiana.
Eastern Illinois. So now the Cardinals game is still on November 11th, but the Nicholls game takes place on November 4th, Valparaiso on November 7th, and then after the Louisville game will be Eastern Illinois, November 14th. I do think, first initial thought about it, that's a good warm-up.
Oh, yeah. Compared to last year, I feel like last year's first few games were a little, well, because it was
Rocky.
Yeah, because they lost to Clemson early in the season, and there was one other school that was it. Who else did they lose to early last year? I'm gonna go back and look because
Okay.
I remember they had some struggles early in the season. I feel
Well,
like.
I think the only reason I put that out there is because, like it or not, I think every Kentucky fan could admit that playing at Louisville is going to be really hard. And
Yeah.
next year's team that they assembled can run with Kentucky and can compete with Kentucky. I think Pat Kelsey did a great job this offseason. So with that being said, if you're Kentucky and these Louisville fans are talking crap all offseason and they kick your butt the first game,
Oh, it's not a good look.
that's not a good look.
Not a good look.
At least you got 2 games to get everything adjusted,
Yeah.
get all your guys going, get into that next gear because obviously practice and, full game, I don't even know. Like, just the intensity of everything, the speed of the game is not the same.
No,
I think
definitely not.
I think there's only a few guys who I'd be like, oh yeah, they're used to it. I can imagine Jasper and Malachi are gonna go out there, play some minutes, and feel good. Like they'll be sweating their butts off and they'll be ready to sit down. So
I do think the
speed of the game's gonna be.
I think the Purdue exhibition to start the season is going to be a great test for a lot of those younger guys. Because I do think they'll give Jasper and Malachi more minutes in a game like that, also against Georgetown. But also, we still don't really have that starting five locked down yet. So it's like we got a really good idea, but they might test some things out in those first two games.
Yeah, I think there's not much room to like experiment when it comes to guards. I think
guard play you're kind of locked in with two guys who are probably going to go to the NBA next year. So
yeah. But I'm excited to see like
the big man situation.
Well, small forward, you could go Cam, right?
Yeah.
Or you could go. I don't know.
Braden.
You could go with anything. You could go Braden. You could go Mo D. If you want to play Yelovich, you can go BG or you can go Malachi. Like they have a lot.
I will
guys
say that Mo
play.
D, Yelovich, like BG, Quaintance, like the four of them. All being like, BG 6'10", he's the shortest of that group of guys. Right. I'm really excited because I think the post play.
Hold on, Mo D's short.
Mo D is short?
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Look, when you see him in person,
he's Draymond though.
He's
bro.
like huge. Dude.
He's
he
like
feels like a
Draymond
linebacker,
Green.
man.
Yeah. No, but he's definitely shorter than BG. Mo D's like 6'8", I think.
Damn. He didn't feel that short.
Or maybe
I
even
mean that short, but a foot and a half taller than me.
Yeah, but I mean anyway, like you're saying, there's so much to explore with the big man. I think even you could throw Trent Noah in as a starter. He started against La Familia.
He could start at small forward even.
Yeah.
Because he's added that size over the offseason. So you get a lot of – that's what I'm saying. I think there's a lot of lineup chances.
I even like Ortega playing the three and going Jalen, Jasper, Ortega, and then –
and I do think there's a good chance of that happening later in the season if Jasper kind of really takes off as the first-round pick or lottery pick that he's kind of looking like he's going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they could go, all right, well, we got three guys here who are probably going to get drafted. Well, four. Jalen, Ortega, Jaden, and Jasper.
Right.
Who are probably all guaranteed first-round picks next year. So there's a lot of wiggle room for them, I think, to try new things out.
Very true. Well, we got a full schedule. Put the full schedule up on screen for everybody.
Flash that through.
It feels good. We're finally here. It's August. We got literally starting in 2 Saturdays. There is only 2 off weeks of football, and then right after that Louisville game, basketball starts every Saturday.
Yeah, it's just those 2 bye weeks, and that's
it. It's going to be coasting. There's sports every single weekend.
We made it.
It was a long summer.
It was a long summer.
Oh, my God.
TBT saved us, though.
No,
I will say TBT was like, I need to go to a
that
sports game now. You know what I mean? It was like, I need to cover something.
I was about to go to, like, soccer or something.
We'll go cover a Legends game.
Hey.
That was a good time.
I'm so tired of watching the Yankees and the Reds every night and just, like,
you don't even want to talk about the Yankees right now because the Red Sox and the Yankees are going to play in the wild card. And
the Yankees are going to make the wild card.
Are they still losing?
No, like the Guardians are a game back, and
but y'all blew that. I'm telling you, this is totally random. But we're talking about
we just beat the Twins, and it's just like, Lord,
dang, y'all dropped a third.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
2.5 games behind the Sox.
It's rough.
6 games back from the Blue Jays.
I need basketball. I'm so tired of watching baseball.
Basketball and football because them cats, man. They're going to make us real happy this fall.
You think the football team – any change predictions? I know you said 4 wins.
I think we said 4-8. You said 8-4.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did.
I said 5 wins.
You were like, they'll beat Tennessee and Florida back-to-back weeks.
I was kidding. No, I think their ceiling's 5 wins. I think they can pull off
I think they'll get Toledo, Eastern Michigan, Tennessee Tech, Vanderbilt maybe, but they'll be good this year. And then you might get Louisville maybe, but they're probably also going to be good this year. Yeah, nothing changing yet.
I'm believing.
Media Day didn't get me as hype as it got you. Now you're all like, 12-0.
No.
All right. He's got the bowl game win already in there.
Big Blue Nation, thank you for watching and listening to another episode of the Bluegrass Breakdown. Make sure to check us out on every social media platform. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X, even our website. It's all KY Insider. Obviously, you got to put .com when you go to the website, but you can look up KY Insider. It'll pop up. Check us out. We post
daily sports content. Kentucky
sports
football,
content.
Basketball, women's basketball, whatever you think of, man.
Even
rugby. No, we don't cover rugby.
We don't
Sorry,
really
we don't
cover
cover
rugby.
Sorry. Sorry, guys.
Hey, we may go to a boxing event if there's one. Hey.
Maybe.
But daily sports stuff. We post really in-depth stories. Make sure to go check us out. And make sure to tune into this podcast.
Absolutely. Next week's episode will be our football special.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to cover everything Kentucky football for the season. Probably talk a little bit more SEC, other teams a little bit, break everything down. Maybe we'll have some guests on next week. Still working on that.
Stay tuned.
But stay tuned.
Yeah. We'll see y'all next week.